So, you're thinking about a family move, maybe looking ahead to 2026. And the list, oh man, the list is a mile long, right? You've got budget, commute, schools, and just that feeling of finding the right place. Well, today, we're going to zoom in on a spot that's getting a lot of buzz, Karns, Tennessee. But is it the real deal? Let's dig in and find out.
I mean, this is really the heart of it, isn't it? It's the question that has you scrolling through home listings at midnight. What if you didn't have to trade a big backyard for a shorter commute, or pick between great schools and a mortgage you can actually afford? What if, just what if you could find a place that truly has it all?
We all have this mental checklist. We need more space for the family to just breathe. We need great schools that we can trust. The price has to make sense for the budget. And honestly, we want to live somewhere that feels like a genuine community, not just a collection of driveways. That's the dream.
And this, right here, is where Karns steps into the conversation. The research we're looking at positions this West Knoxville suburb as a place that's really trying to check all those boxes. It's aiming to deliver on that very tricky promise, giving you all the good stuff about suburban life without making you feel like you're a million miles away from the city.
But what does it actually feel like to live there day to day? Let's jump into the Karns lifestyle, and we'll start with the one thing that's probably at the top of a lot of your lists: space.
Okay, so the whole idea behind Karns is balance. It's really for families who want that classic suburban setup. A yard, quiet streets where you feel good about the kids playing, maybe a little more square footage for your money. But, and this is key, they don't want to be totally cut off from jobs, shopping, and everything else the city offers. It's that sweet spot.
And here's what's super interesting about what space means in Karns. It's not a one-size-fits-all deal. You've basically got two different flavors. Over on the left, you've got your classic subdivision vibe. We're talking sidewalks, neighborhood cookouts, that real tight-knit community feel. Then on the right, it's more semi-rural. Think bigger lots, way more privacy, and the freedom to finally build that workshop you've been dreaming of. It really just depends on what your family is looking for.
All right, so you've got an idea of the lifestyle. Now let's get a little more granular and actually look at the neighborhoods that make up Karnsmith. This chart is pretty much your cheat sheet. You can see the different personalities right away. Beaver Ridge, that's for the family that's bursting at the seams in their current place and just needs room. West Emory is that perfect middle ground for great value and that classic friendly neighborhood feel. And Wooddale/Karns Valley, well, that's for the folks who want some land and some freedom.
Let's focus on Beaver Ridge Estates for a second. This quote really nails it. Larger homes, long-term stability. This is where you go when you're thinking long-term. These aren't just starter homes. People move here to put down roots and stay for a while.
Then you've got West Emory Estates. The magic words here are value and cohesion. The homes might be a bit more manageable, size-wise, but the whole point is a quiet, super family-friendly atmosphere. It's a fantastic way to get that classic suburban life without that premium price tag.
And finally, for anyone who hears the letters HOA and just shudders, there's the Wooddale and Karns Valley area. This is where you find those properties with some serious acreage. It's for people who want space for a big garden, maybe some chickens, and definitely don't want anyone telling them what color to paint their front door.
Okay, a great house is one thing, but it has to actually work for your real life, right? Let's talk about the practical stuff, the day-to-day things that can make or break a location for a busy family.
First up, the commute. You're generally looking at about 20 to 30 minutes to get to downtown Knoxville, and that's a pretty fantastic sweet spot. Close enough to make the work commute or a night out totally doable, but far enough that you can leave the city rush behind when you come home.
And hey, it's not just about downtown. For anyone working in tech or research, the major job centers out in Oak Ridge are also just a short drive away. That makes Karns a really strategic location, kind of right in the middle of two of the region's biggest economic engines.
And to complete the convenience picture, the airport is only about 30 minutes away. That makes a huge difference for business travel, or even just making it easy for the grandparents to visit. You start to see a theme here. Karns is just really well located.
Now for the big one. For a lot of families, this is the absolute #1 non-negotiable factor: schools. Karns has a consistent K-12 system. What that means is your kids can go to school with the same group of friends from kindergarten all the way to graduation. That kind of stability is huge, and it's not just great for the kids. That stability is a major reason why home values here stay so strong. Which leads us right into our next big topic, the money. I mean, buying a house is probably the biggest financial move your family will ever make.
So let's break down why Karns is being presented as such a solid, smart choice.
This slide basically gives you the secret sauce. Think about it. 1, you've got constant demand because of those schools. 2, there isn't a ton of new land to build on, which prevents things from getting overdeveloped and helps keep your home's value up. 3, most people who live here own their homes, which means they take real pride in them and the neighborhoods just look and feel better. And 4, it's all happening in a region that's growing. It's a really powerful recipe for a secure investment.
But the price of the house is just the beginning, right? What about all the monthly bills? Well, this is another spot where Karns seems to do really well. We're talking moderate property taxes, affordable utilities. These are the things that add up every single month. And for a family trying to stick to a budget, that kind of predictability is a massive sigh of relief.
So, after looking at the lifestyle, the neighborhoods, the day-to-day convenience, and the financial side of things, we're back where we started with the question for you. It seems like Karns offers this incredible balance, a balance of space and convenience, of community and independence, of affordability and real long-term value. So the final thing to think about is that the right balance for your family?